Hello YouTube, Mr. Blindness here. Making this video today to give you a little bit of an update on what's going on and what I have planned. Hopefully I can get through this without having some hiccups. As of right now, I have currently available on Amazon.com hardcover versions of Yvar Blood and Steel. Pick yours up today. Anyway, so I've been asked by people outside of YouTube world of what's my next project, what's my next book. I have several in the process. One that's been heavily weighing on my mind is a story about the dwarves and their legacy, and how they come to being on reservations and so forth in my world. It's actually a quite long, lengthy story, but I go into the different houses, the different clans, and how the two races actually split into two. I have the regular dwarves, which are dwarves, and I have the Andal dwarves. So those are two different races within each other. Anyway, and also I plan to talk about a race of people in my world that are called the Immortals. Something I've been working on. It's based off of this map that I drew. It will be talking about their crusades and their thirst for power and how much they are looking to cure the curse that Dorlax put on them. If you don't know who Dorlax is, leave a comment below and maybe I'll make a little video about Dorlax. I do have one, I believe. If I do, I'll link it somewhere or in the description. So, those are the two things I'm planning on writing here soon. There's also a third idea I'm working with. Give me 1 second here. It's kind of loud. There we go. Is a 1980s retro kind of story that I'm kind of tinkering with. I'm in the development stages of it, so it's nothing really too big to brag about right now. I will be looking for critique partners and so forth for that particular project, but that won't be until maybe middle of next year. But these other two projects will probably take more precedent than that, as well as a part 2 to this book. Well, not really a part 2, kind of like a prequel. I go into details of what happens to him and what he goes and has to do. There's also something I've been thinking about though with the character. I'm thinking about changing his age a little bit, maybe changing the timeline. That way he doesn't seem too young when he's doing some of the stuff he does. But yeah, so those are the projects I have on the burner right now for my writing. As for my creating realm, I do plan to make more book nooks. I have one on the docket to be finished. It will be big enough to where you could take a hardcover book and slide it in right next to the book nook itself. So I'll be working with that here as well. I'll probably make a video about that, showing the way it looks when it's done. And then also, lastly, I'd like to talk about is I have a Buy Me a Coffee website. So I'll put a link in the description for that. But I'm talking about it because if you guys want to help me, but you guys don't want to buy a book, but you wanted to show your support, whatnot, just go ahead in there and buy a coffee. That helps me out. That'll go directly to me and to the products that I'm making, the products that I'm creating for you, my time and writing. I also have some special projects on on Buy Me a Coffee, where you can name a city, name a lake, name a clan, and I'll use that. They will be put on a map and so forth, into the story, backstory, everything. So, if you guys like to, go ahead and head over there and pay me a visit. Anyway, this video has gone on long enough. And lastly, stay being creative.